Hello, today I will be painting this image. This is the final one taken from this photo. I will not paint the whole thing. I will probably choose the part of it. And this is in Sydney City, in Marketplace. And basically what I will do, I will take only this part of that. I will keep the rest of them out of it. So the first on the pencil, I will just try to show you quickly how to draw this thing as an outline, just drawing the shapes. I will not draw in any detail. I will just do some shapes for the buildings and stuff. Just quickly do that one. I have selected, first of all, I have selected the horizon line, and from there I will start building my drawing. Car there. I'm not sure whether I will keep this car in the end, but let's try that one. I will draw everything very roughly because I know that things will get changed later on. I don't know what I will be changing depending on how they look like. So just roughly, quickly, we'll draw the shape. I'm not concentrating on drawing each objects like buildings and all the stuff. For these cars, they are nearer, so I will just draw that one a bit bigger in size. Let me tell you, this paper is 300 GSM Bao Hong paper. This is rough paper. And the pencil I'm using is a 2B pencil, mechanical pencil, and I will be using just normal sable hair, natural hair brush, and this pen is waterproof, and I'll just quickly draw this stuff on top of my pencil. Like I'll just show that one in quickly. Just drawing some people here and there, just making some crowd, just making these up. I'm not following exactly what's on the image or picture, just taking the whole idea, just quickly finishing that one off. What I will do now, just tape it off so that it doesn't get buckled when I use the water. And also doing this taping off, it will do one more help. When I finish it off, it will have a crisp edge of white on the border. It looks like it's inside a frame, so it will look beautiful as well. Let's try with little bit of blue and red mix. I just realized I forgot to turn the play button off, so I couldn't record it in the initial wash, but I will show you the rest of them. I just put the red on the sky and the building and put a little bit of blue. Now I'm just doing the street part with basically making everything is just a little bit warm color. So initial wash, it doesn't matter what color you put in, you just put the base layer in, and nothing much to show in here, but I wish I could show you how I started with the sky and the building first, but that's okay. We can take it from here now. So what I'm gonna do, I will just probably wait for these things to be a little bit of dry, so just make wherever I have a little bit of gap, I'm just filling those up. But what I'll leave these ones, these initial wash, wait for it to dry, and then probably I will start making the second layer out of that one. In the meantime, if I need to put any color in, I will just try to make those color and use them as initial wash. The good thing about initial wash is that they show up on your second, when you do the second layer, the initial, if you have any base color in there, they shows up. So it's translucency is the main key here and main thing to look for in here. On the left hand side, I will not put that much concentration on the left hand side because they are not my focus point. They just stay there, and that's all. So what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to draw that background, the buildings. Basically these are the impression of the background buildings showing up there. I'm not going in any details in there, just showing up as a gray bluish color in there. I have used yellow ochre as a yellow range, and alizarin crimson as a red side. Sometimes I have used cadmium red light, and for blue I have used French ultramarine and a little bit of cobalt blue. So let's make it dry first and see. So I will start with the cadmium red. Paper has dried already. I'll put some cadmium red with some white in there and just make it a little bit darker. See the consistency of the paint. This is very important for your second layer. What I'm doing here now, I'm just laying off the second layer of the colors, making sure the buildings are showing up correctly. And later on I'm going to dark out put the dark scene for the windows. I'll put a little bit of dark shadow part down in there so that it separates from the yellow side, and down at the bottom this will be a white one. I'll just put a little bit bluish color in there, just random. This is the very important part, just putting the dark in and making sure the people and all of the stuff inside there, they're popping up. So from the far, when you do this kind of painting, if you have proper darks in there, that pops up, and that really makes your painting a little bit of extraordinary. What I will do now, put these a little bit of value on blue on the shadow part, on the footpath, but make it a little bit darker. I think it needs to be, because it's too light. I'll just drag across the car and to the other side. The beauty of these images are the things in the shadow part, and with the contrast, the sunlight part of those buildings and people. So just have a look at the consistency I'm making. So this consistency should be there. I'm just doing the building on the top of that for the background. It looks a little bit darker, but trust me, it will be lighter when it is dried up, because watercolor, they gets lighter, at least 60% to 70% lighter when they are dry. So I wouldn't worry about that one, even though it looks darker at the moment. I'll just do the background buildings and stuff here. Let's work on the right hand side. This is not our focus point as well, so I will not put concentration on building this part in here, but let's see how I go about this one. Let's putting some color in and see how these things comes up. We can take decision later on. Let's put some blue, even though in the original image there is no blue stuff in there. I will just try to use some wet and wet technique here to make some visual effect. What I am doing here now, just making some mark for windows and all other stuff. As you can see, I'm not very careful about those ones, so just put some marks in there, just to show the impression of windows over there. Just a little bit. Not sure what I'm doing. I'm just making it, trying to making it visually beautiful. Just put some yellow mark in there and some dark, as well as when I'm painting, how I am deciding what color to put on. I basically not exactly looking into the photos and put those color like that. I am putting the color with my sense of values. Wherever I'm seeing dark, I'm just trying to put some dark in, and wherever I'm seeing some light colors in, I will or I am putting some color. Well, it doesn't matter what color I'm putting in, I'm just putting the value as very light. For the cars, as soon as I put the darks in down at the bottom, they will make sense of it, sense of the picture and image, and it will look like they are standing on the ground rather than floating. As you can see, I put some bluish color on the car, so it just goes under the shadow. Just putting some mark in there. The more you try to make the watercolor is neat and tidy, it will go out of your hand. Let's put some thick color in there, because this is where I want to focus on there, dark. So I just put some bright yellow color in there so that it catches the eyes. And on the right hand side with the blue, I will just put that red mark which will catch my eye too, and that will lead to my back focus color. And here I don't want this car to be highlighted, it just stay in the back. I just make these colors a little bit. I think a little bit of more darker value in the areas near the people. So make the shadow more darker so that those lighter parts. Let's paint some darker value here, making it more popped up. This is my focus point, as I said. So just do some combination of dark values and lighter values, and the white, the color white with the, you can see those are basically the people. I'm not careful about how the people are, how they're looking, what they're doing. Just making these light and dark combinations so that it represents that there are objects over there, maybe the shop windows, chairs, tables, or sometimes some people walking here and there. Just create an impression of something happening over there, and just making so that the eyes goes in there and looking for what's happening there, so making some interest. Let's draw this car as well, and the good thing about these cars is that I'm making it very dark, and the windshield is very darker, so makes that banners and everything so popped up, create some contrast. And as you can see, I am doing the windows and everything just very loosely. I'm not being careful at all how I'm painting that one. Basically, I'm trying to do some impression with that one. I'm using this brush is helping me. These are Skoda brush, synthetic hair brushes. These making some calligraphic marking, as you can see. So these are the brush marks making these paintings. So yeah, image more beautiful. Well, one thing to remember when you're not doing any hyper realistic drawing, so it is important to make your brush mark more visible so that it creates some interest. And this gibberish with the red, you can see these are basically nothing but giving us some impression about some banners or some shops, logos, displays, this kind of thing. The people faces are red, even though in reality these are not red, but in the impressionistic style painting it really looks good and pops up. You can tell that there are some people in here. What after this dark, just make these a little bit of darker, and that will remain in the dark place, so that's fine. On the right hand side, I made some little bit of light and shadow game over here, so but not anything fancy about that one. Just make a little bit of mark over here, so that it just create an impression of some sunlight and shadows, and they're playing up in there. So now what I'm going to do, we'll start doing going to do the little bit of detailing phase. It's not, I will do the detailing with a pen, but start with the detailing with a little bit of red marks wherever I think it could attract the eye. So make some red here and there, because we have some red. These are the accent color, I would say. The yellow and the red is the accent color. Basically the whole thing is blue and kind of salmon red, but the dark red, cadmium red line, these are the accent color, and with the yellow. The whole painting, I would say, is sort of a tonal painting, tonal drawing. It's not with number of colors are here. Only you can see only the yellow, and blue and red is visible, with some very highlighted yellow in there. So after this detailing, when it's finished, I will do these things with a pen, and when I will start with the pen, then it will start pulling the painting and pen work and the painting work together. So not detail about the people on the left hand side, just making sure it creates some image of the people over here. Just making a little bit of darker at the down the bottom. Let's start with the pen. As I said, I will just put some paint mark in here. I don't know what actually they are. Even if you have a look at the picture closely, probably they don't exist. So I will use my judgment and use my artistic eyes to make sure it looks beautiful. So I was just doing some bars, poles, some verticals. I remember one thing. Sometimes when the images, there are so many images, objects, everything are horizontal. Then some verticals create some visual interest in there, and vice versa. When you have some, most of your objects are vertical, then you can do some horizontal lines, wires, and this kind of stuff. That makes your painting stand out. So what I'm doing, I'm just trying to just redraw some of these, trying to making them obvious and leaving some pen work over here. As it is not purely watercolor, it is mix of paint and wash. So I'm just making sure I have some pen mark here and there, doing some vertical and horizontal mix and some hatching stuff. I don't know actually what they are. I'm just creating those marks over here, making these people a little bit, trying to giving them some shapes, as you can see, very loosely. It's two people just walking, maybe talking and walking. Giving some definition to the cars. And doing some on the sideways, doing some hatching there, so that it just creates some definition out there, making some directional line. And here, let's make these people, this guy, a little bit more obvious. Probably talking with another one, or getting into the house or something. And put some wires, some becoming very quick here. Just whatever comes up in my mind, I'm just doing that one. Let's use some accent colors. I used red before, now let's put some yellow and I'll try to put some people over here, and I will also use some white. As you can see, with those red faces and with those paintwork, lots of people being created. And even though in reality you can see people with different multicolors outfit they're wearing it, but when you put them in a picture, it gets boring, or it gets too amateurish. So I would suggest when you draw the people, don't use too many colors over there. Try to be muted. Try to use muted colors, possibly white or some dark colors, or just create some gray, maybe light gray. Like here, I have created some kind of lavender color to create a people outfit. Let's make this, put some dark white in there for light, for highlight of this car, headlight for this car, and that gets popped up in the dark, and that really makes sense of your picture, make you pulling your painting together basically. Let's try to use a white gel pen. Make some highlights there, create some, basically these are the highlights for all the wires and verticals highlight and people's shoulders and everything, so that will make this whole painting like popped up and outstanding, and pull everything together, making some connection with the painting and the pens. So this is it. This is the whole painting we have done today, and didn't come out that bad. It's okay. It looks. I'm happy with that one. Thank you very much. Thanks for watching. Probably in future we will try to do more on watercolor with the pens. Thanks for watching. Thanks.